I was a pack-a-day smoker, except when I drank a case of beer, typically Wednesdays and Fridays. I'd go easy on Sundays, maybe just a 6-pack with a 40 ounce. I always liked a 6-pack of Dortmunder Gold. That's a Great Lakes brewing thing. I liked it because it had high alcohol content. I was a beer drinker. And then in which case I could smoke 2 or 3 packs a day. I quit 13 years ago. I quit alcohol, cigarettes, and coffee. I've believed, everybody talks about how marijuana is their gateway drug. Coffee is my gateway drug because I would drink 2 or 3 pots of coffee, and then I would have to chain smoke to calm that shit down, and then I would just move the smoking into drinking. I have an addictive personality. I'm an addict type. I'm impulsive. And while I did quit 13 years ago on July 6th, I failed many times. I once decided I was going to quit smoking without quitting drinking. An idiot. I was at the bar with the patch on, chain smoking. They say that can kill you. I don't know. It was good for me. I quit many times and failed many times. I'm on a diet right now because I had lost 40 pounds, but I gained it all back, and now I was on Weight Watchers. I did Weight Watchers, lost the 40 pounds, gained back the 40 pounds years later, and now I'm on the keto diet, and I'm losing that weight. That's me. That's the dark side of me. But what I can tell you is this. You will quit. You will fail. I'm not talking about quitting smoking in the good way. You will give up. Whatever you are doing that you're trying to change your life, you will stop changing your life. Like every gym knows this on planet Earth. They try to get you in on January 1st, and they know you'll be gone by February. Diehards go to March, you know. And then they got your money for the year. And that's what they do. They know this. You would never, ever, you should never bet that someone will quit smoking or quit drinking. I'll always take that bet that they won't, because I'll win. They're going to fail. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just telling you that the people that change their lives are a very small minority of people. But I can also tell you this, that when it comes to quitting smoking, statistics have shown that the more times you quit, the more likely this time you will stay quit. Okay? You keep coming back to it. You're like, okay, what happened this time that made me fail? Like, for example, one time I was quitting smoking, and I quit, I don't know, 3 weeks or something, and I went to a casino. I'm actually not that addicted to casinos, but you know, you can imagine the kind of guy I am. I like a casino as much as the next person. They were all smoking in there, and it totally caught me off guard. I was not prepared. Because, smoking had been, you weren't allowed to smoke in restaurants and stuff, but you were allowed to smoke in the casino, and I was really shocked. And so then, of course, I started smoking again. Of course. I mean, what are you going to do? Not smoke? Come on, think, man. Or woman. You need to stay vigilant on why you're going to quit. Your change. Why you're going to go back to your job. The reason you're going to go back to your job is because you ran out of money. That one's hard to deny. You are going to have to get a job because you need the money, and I'm not opposed to that, but you have to be like, well, what am I going to do while I get that job? What kind of job can I keep while I can continue doing this? My dream job? Parking lot attendant. It seems awesome. You just sit in there, maybe the night shift, all night long, What do you think? A half a dozen cars come by, maybe a dozen in an 8-hour shift? Oh, God, it's amazing. You just work in there all night long. There's jobs like that. Security guard, that kind of thing. You have to be prepared for your failure. Because the fact of the matter is, failure only happens if you wish you were still doing something that you're no longer doing. That's all failure is, okay? Now you're a failure because you are like, I wish I was still doing that, but I suck. You might be like, look, I did it, I tried it, terrible idea, terrible idea. That's not a failure. That's moving on. Okay? That's fine. You must figure out if you're going to pursue something and you don't want to just end it, what your next strategy is. Quitting drinking, quitting smoking, quitting drugs, those are good ones. You know, because they're like, yeah, I have no reason to drink or smoke or do drugs. There's no benefit in my life to do that. I want to try something else in my life. So that's a good one. Being an entrepreneur is a little more nebulous, a little more gray. Like, well, I don't know. Do I really want to be that? I don't know. I don't know. That is, you have to have that in your back pocket. You have to have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and things are going to come out of the blue that you did not anticipate. And you got to, like, and you'll learn. You'll learn. But you get back in the game. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You rotate, you shift, you adjust, you pivot, and you keep going, and you keep going. That's all you do. You just keep going. That's a noble life for me, in my mind. Someone that actually ends up destitute and alone, but followed their dream and vision to the end, whether it succeeded or not. That's my hero right there. That's somebody that I look up to. And there are people like that. Vincent van Gogh, I mean, very popular people. Vincent van Gogh is a good one, right? Died destitute and broke, and now all of his paintings sell for millions of dollars. But there's many people that followed their dreams, ended up, you know, in the ditch. But those people are amazing. And you see, how does that make you feel? When I say that, how does that kind of person resonate with you? If you're like, oh, well, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that ends up alone and broke. Then this whole thing might not be for you. Because then that's what you really value. You value being comfortable. And I'm not judging you. I am not saying there's anything wrong with being comfortable. Good God, I wish I was comfortable. I envy those people too. That are really zen and cool with their lives. Oh, God, that must be nice. I'm always anxious, always upset, always angry, always pissed off, always unsatisfied. And that's how I'm here today. That's my motivation. I just am never satisfied. And to the point where, you know, my heroes are people that, well, I mean, I have heroes, certainly, that became successful, certainly. But I also admire people that just went to their grave. Like Goodyear. You should actually look up the guy that did vulcanized rubber. He did not work at the company Goodyear. Goodyear was owned by the Cyberlings, and they named it after the guy that invented vulcanized rubber, who boiled rubber on his stove. He made dishes out of rubber. He made clothes out of rubber. He ended up dying a very painful death, destitute, broke. But he invented fucking vulcanized rubber, man. That is badass. That's badass. That's the kind of guy I want to be. Somebody that has a vision and a dream and just rails it into the ground no matter what. God. That, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of person that becomes free. Free from what the world says they should do. Free from jobs. That man, Mr. Goodyear, was free. Free to change the world. Free from desire of health, family, friends, wealth. He was free from it all. And we are better off for him. He never saw a dime of the Goodyear money of which your tires are, of which all tires are based on. He never saw a single dime of it. But our life would be totally different without him. And that's the kind of guy I want to be. And that's what I believe this is all about. You need to live like no one else so you can live like no one else. That's what this is all about. If you want that, then you have an exciting journey ahead of yourself. If you don't, it's okay. That's totally cool. Just be honest with yourself. Find what you are passionate about. Find what you do believe. What matters to you. And follow that. Loving your family. Loving your home. Loving your nice car. Loving the reliability of your job. Loving your health insurance. That's awesome. That's awesome. What's not awesome is pretending to be something you're not. That's all. That's not awesome. All right, everybody. I hope this was interesting. Thank you so much for watching. That's the story of how I am here today. A neurotic, worried, stressed out entrepreneur and charity guy. Sounds great, huh? Have fun with it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. See you around. Bye.